Alright, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be pressing the X button. Let's do this. Just kidding. We playing Feast, right, baby? Basically, I'm on a trial. I'm on the trial. I took a break from playing yesterday, right? And now, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Haven't played games in a couple hours. I was feeling burnt out. Took a break. Now I'm feeling flipping ready to go. Excited to play. So let's go. Basically, old bag is basically the witness, and I'm ready to start clocking her tea. Why are you wearing a mask? Y'all, I took a pain pill for my toothache. Because I gotta get my flipping wisdom teeth out, right? I took a pain pill. All my pain is gone, so I am going to be in my prime in the stream. And no, I'm not getting addicted to painkillers. I'm taking one a day maximum. Period. Until I get my surgery in like a week or two. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Because the way I'm doing it is, I only take it if I'm really in pain. Like if it's bad, right? I suck it through, or whatever. Suck it up if it's just a little bit. But it was bad, so I had to take one. Like if you're on my position, y'all know. Gotcha! Sir, y'all, Edgeworth is back. Old bag is the witness. I have flipping Maya on my side. No, Maya's kidnapped. I got Pearl in my... Ace Attorney's never been better. I wonder what happened to that calm composure you had earlier. Y'all, this is unrelated to what's happening right now, but what I've realized is that these Ace Attorney games are flipping so long. Each case is like 3 hours long, and the final case in each game is like 8 hours. Point is, there's so much more content in these 3 games than I thought there'd be when I first got the game. Like, $10 is what it costs for all 3 of these games. And flipping, I have 50 hours on the game so far, according to my PS5. And basically, like, I'm on the final case of the second game. Like, there's still a third game after this with 5 more cases. And, like, I have 50 hours in. So I'm probably going to clock at, like, an 80-hour runtime once all said and done. That is so much content, and it's all peak. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Anything's enough to do with that terrible crime. What did we say, Miss Oldbag? Witness, that terrible crime is all the school needs to know. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Oof, shush. I'm talking to my dear Eddie right now. Don't hurt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. This judge takes whatever he gets, man. All the insults, like, boy, you got the gavel. You got all the power. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Okay, I love how Edgeworth actually has character. Von Karma is getting there, but she's still kind of NPC. Edgeworth is just peak now, y'all. I love Edgeworth. Anyway, you're an answer, please. It's true what they say, that youth are hothead nowadays. None of mine, they're all edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? Honestly, y'all, I might just play for like 3 flipping hours. I'm not trolling. Like, this is gonna be a flipping mega stream. It's a great job being able to... Yeah. Unless I feel burnt out, which I don't think I will genuinely, I'm gonna be playing this for like 3 hours, y'all. A mega stream. Because I'm ready to get some progress in the day. I'm flipping ready. It's almost too much a little hard to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone's crazy over that Garde, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Corrida. Those two were the same age. Anyway, as I was saying, I was facing friends room that night. Very well. Please tell the court you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave to me, Edgy Poo. Witness testimony. What you witnessed. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to the pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was Owen Garde, Martin Garde. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Okay. Y'all, after I complete Justice for All, I'm not going to go straight into Trials and Tribulations. I will tackle that eventually, but my mindset is it's 3 different games, right? I'm going to take it one game at a time. I'll probably do Trials and Tribulations like a month, because I'm going to replay Resident Evil 4, probably do a game or 2 after that, and then the goal is, Requiem, Requiem, and probably after Requiem, I'm going to go back and do Trials and Tribulations. Because this game is too good to drop it and never come back to it, or play like a year later. I had to play it right away, but just that I want to replay Resident Evil 4 to get ready for Requiem, and obviously when Requiem comes out, I'm going to grind that for like 2 weeks. Literally doing everything I can. Because Requiem is the first like big game release that I've been a part of. Since I started playing single player games in 2022. Requiem's gonna be the first game I did by day one. That's hype. This is Resident Evil. It's like the most iconic franchise of all time. Point is, y'all, I'm gonna be part of that bandwagon train, Resident Evil Requiem, and just live and go crazy on it. It's like a 15-hour long game. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so flipping good. Like Nick Apostol is back as Leon. You know what I'm saying? Jeannie Tirado's great. It's gonna be so good. See, it has to be him. He's a murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin cross-examination. Cross-examination, what you witnessed. Y'all, this game has actually made me more interested in law. Like, I'm not gonna become a lawyer. I'm not. It seems like a bad job if you're actually the one doing it. But I'm interested in like that stuff now. Like legit. I'm interested. Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of this room. I don't know where the actual core is not like its attorney. I get that. They hype it all up for the game, obviously, right? But the concept itself is so interesting to me. Result back, what was your post of the night? Lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. I heard that the final case of Trials and Tribulations is the best case in the series. I'm excited to get to that. But I refuse to help. I'll have you know. It was all for that lead-headed samurai show. Hey, I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it wasn't a good thing to go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working harder without me. So I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know? Something you were interested in. What was that? Not some little thing I can just go around telling everyone, you know? It's top secret between me and Juan. Energy proof, of course. Miss Edgeworth, what are the things she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Boy, do you know what your job is? Gossip. But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to our testimony later. Looks like we should enforce it right now. Another witness stayed in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep it... Oh, then what did you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Creature? Y'all, I'm really scared that I'm gonna have my Wisdom 2 surgery and then have it affect my Requiem gameplay. Best case scenario, I get my surgery, like, on, like, the 20th, 21st, and then I have, like, time to recover. Because I'm playing it day one, I'm streaming it day one, but I don't want to still be in, like, Wisdom 2 recovery when that game comes out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would just be terrible. I had no idea. I wasn't born so I could count things for those who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I can't quit keeping track of how old I really am. That is a terrible mindset. Yes, well, that will explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? That's when someone showed up and it was a man coming out for Juan's room. Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information is to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room, yes, he was. I'm not too scared, I can't say them out loud. Oh, what a gift that Francisco Swift right about now. I will legit be real, like, that girl is needed the one time that I can't have her. She'd whip her up, and she's a flippin' old woman and be scared to give it up. Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. He was in Mangarde. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. Saw my client? Are you sure about that? You see? Really? Annoying brat. When I say I saw someone, I saw that person. What do I guess in some deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. So, what am I turnabout? Turnabout. The clothes. Please have the clothes. Wish I wasn't man if you are. Really, just don't like that matters. But it does. Now, was it... Yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he was wearing, that racing jacket. Oh, he was wearing that at the detention center, too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out there playing to loons. Man. Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Oh, for real? Why would it not be, Judge? Of course it's important, Your Honor. But perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony is important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, our request is what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but right, witness, please. Oh, well, I don't like to babble about reasons, but if I must... He was wearing that celestial racing jacket. Honestly, all just for show. Y'all, my nose is bleeding. Not like the actual nose. I scratched it because it had an itch. I scratched it too hard, and now it's bleeding. So, I'll be fine. I just gotta fix it real quick. Oh yeah, I know I was AFK. I had to deal with some stuff and back and I'll do this. I'm sure he was wearing it. She's so sure of herself to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things are mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She's straight on to a few interesting side topics then too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a real lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Okay, I'm thinking this has to be it. Wearing his racing jacket. Wearing his racing jacket. I'm gonna save real quick. And then there we go. What do you mean he was wearing his racing jacket? This whole bag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah, it's my number 2 on the Jamie Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. Try to find it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punch you with this. Who gave her that in court? Wow, she really is a diehard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Guard's body during a full body search. See? See? This button proves I was showered out there was ever Oscar Guard. It was caught up in the fleets of his Nickel Samurai Hakama fans. See? See? And then Guard is a Nickel Samurai. Witness. Now, I do have an active imagination, but just now didn't you say the defendant Vanguard was wearing his usual racing jacket? No, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judged you based on what they wear. If I wasn't wearing this dress, maybe you think I was the most gorgeous woman ever. But instead of wearing this ridiculous looking outfit, you'd agree this outfit is hideous, right? I've got a tape recorder stuck in my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy I wish I could have switched CDs ages ago. I'm keeping that dream alive for those kids out there work hard with a smile on my face. Don't you understand? Now, take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip of your friend from Edgy Food. Now it's really got to stop, right? Girl, you yap more than me in my prime. Goodness gracious. Now hold your tongue still there for a second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Ngarde, the man. But Mr. Ngarde, the Nickel Samurai? But when you think about it, they're the one the same anyway. This whole bag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy-poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say, it's important to agree me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember what you can before we testify. Alright, if you insist. I should not be the one sighing, not you. Witness testimony. Who are still... Ngarde, yes, now remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume to murder. He had to go to that post-samurai stage to cover up the crime, you know? So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was having 4-1. He didn't know anything about a thing, so I'm thinking that... Man, I don't know. I knew it. I knew that you'd say it was in that costume. What? Did you think there was someone else in that costume? Don't be a bad little boy, thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, youngins today. I told you, there's no way it was anyone else. How do you know that? Because I said so. And why I say the truth. Girl, don't need to remind that last case. No? Didn't think so. Okay. How about you quiet down and be a good girl? At least she was just a delightful witness that she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examination. Who I saw. I got it. Yes, I remember. Would you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone does that take him out of? My influence isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me something. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. What? A second figure by the sea, standing all alone is he. He's the Nickel Samurai. He's actually singing. Oh, y'all, was I good or what? Be real. Let's head to Earth. Can you please tell me about the racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later, but you just be good and stick to the facts. Okay! You promise, right? Right? I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office earlier today. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, a old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket, and now he's not? Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What do you want to be when you grow up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I want to be the Judge Wagner to hear the public court. So what? See? And look at where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight in things like that? The nouns, everything. I can't be held responsible with the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside the costume. Isn't that enough? Yes, it would be convenient for him to wear his costume in the murder. And why would that be? That way, no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage from him that I can see. In fact, you wouldn't think the costume would make him stand out all the more. You are such an annoying child, you know that? You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in that friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jammer Ninja. Of course it included him. That's why when Garde came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. Best showy as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one, huh? There's a contradiction in testimony that's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. What's up for one Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan? Okay, let's look at the evidence. Huh. I don't know. Wait, no, okay, I'm thinking, no, he couldn't have worn the costume while I was stabbing him, because if it has his fingerprints, there's no way. There we go, baby. Please take a look at this. Yeah, that's a knife, big deal. If you're trying to scam me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to the case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? Whose car would... Did you just give me a penalty for your stupidity? You didn't, but if you did, I would have probably killed you and had to defend myself. If Mr. Negrelli was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off. Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? What do you want? He probably took his gloves off before being the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there's one possibility. There's a serious possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went into the victim's room while in costume as a Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Well, then why would he kill him all of a sudden, Edgeworth? Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was that blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? Oh, Edgeworth is so good. So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory? Guys, what I realized is that the Apollo Justice trilogy has been 3 more Ace Attorney games, so I will be buying the Apollo Justice trilogy. I thought about not because it wasn't Phoenix Wright, but I gotta be real, you know what I'm saying? Ace Attorney doesn't have to be Phoenix Wright, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm completely cool, and just because I'm cool playing those games as well. Because these 3 are so good, I can't just pass on it, right? Period. And the ratings are just as good as this, so they have to be just as good. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with theory? Okay, honestly, I saw that the other Ace Attorney games are 3D, and that these are only 2D. I like the 2D a lot. I think it fits with Ace Attorney. But I think 3D can sell me over. What are you battling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. Ngade was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's possible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. I don't know. Is that it? That's not it. Edgeworth! Naturally, he points to the front piece of the guy. try my best. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the photo real quick. So there's okay, the crime scene. There should be something that isn't there, right? None that shouldn't be there. Andrew's fingerprints. I don't know. The drink? No. Crap. I'm trying. There's an object I need to get here. Okay. This knife. This was used by Mr. Ngade at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that my client was in fact the killer. Then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant had no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means Mr. Edgeworth, your theory is flawed from supposition 1. One more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume on the murder, there would be blood marks on the knife. Also, y'all. I forgot I gotta get this entire case set up in one day, so I'm ready to do this. Which means the defendant's fingerprints should be all over like bees in a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order, I say. Order in the court. Was this the knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? I think it was truly to hide the murder method, because the murder method was the flipping scarf. To hide the way in which the murder was carried out, of course. More your nonsense. Take another good look at the autopsy report. The victim actually died from strangulation. The killer tried to hide this by stabbing a knife into the victim's chest. Doesn't the autopsy hint at the cause of death was strangulation? Well, yes, the root cause of death was easily discovered. The knife laid the knife to the table, dropping concealing these facts. Get boy, judge. Or what I realized, y'all, is instead of uploading like 6 videos a day, I'm gonna upload like 2 or 3 really good ones, because if I upload too much, they're not gonna get any views, really. Because I thought the more you upload, the more chance I have to go viral. On theory, that might be true, but it just really brings down the views of all the videos. So I was thinking, if I have 6 amazing ones, then yes, I'm gonna upload all of them, of course. But if it's not like top, I'm only uploading top tier stuff right now, right? And if I get lots of top tier stuff, then great. Aren't you wasting the inspiration? It's a little much harder than this one. We just established that the witness saw Nickel Samurai in the costume. And if that were true, there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Grr. Witness! Looks like I made it in life tiny more difficult, huh, Jipu? Ugh. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first time I'd forgotten, but... Are you saying that you mixed up Mr. Ngade with the Nickel Samurai I scared on TV? But, I mean, I can't really do anything with them out, and, like I was waiting around for the doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting for then? That's top secret. To anyone outside security. I have feeling that you're waiting for Mr. Juan Kurita. Am I correct, witness? Ha ha ha. The way you think you're a sad amateur of a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? Y'all, every main character in this game is top tier. The judge is iconic. Soulbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Kurita. Maybe Phoenix. Maybe go back was waiting around for that person. If I think it's still impossible. It's Soulbag. You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? Was it Adrian Andrews? Okay. My thought process is no, 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 no. So either her, and then no, she's dead. So Adrian Andrews. Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Ngarda's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. This is, I see. Yeah, I'm doing an acting play for my school, right? It's basically a competition against all the other schools in, like, the district. And I'm doing an acting thing with, like, 6 of my classmates. And basically, it's like a comedy play. And I really wish it wasn't comedy because, you know, I feel like my best type of acting isn't really comedy. Not that I can, like, do crazy stuff, but I don't think I can. I think I can do comedy. It's just I don't know if that's my best comedy. Best acting is comedy. Joe seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. This manager with the initials AA. Are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Bad doubt. The one that's not so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn confidentiality stuff then. Witness, what in the world are you? Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a very bad feeling about this. A bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. Secret source. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons on that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how are you receiving me? I really don't want to do this, however. I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well, then. Witness, please testify about the secret information. You ready? This is going to take the wind out of you youngins. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's like we're 10 years old. Witness testimony. Secret information. What's this? This can't be that crazy. That Ngarda is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sends all manager getting close to Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks. So I take action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? But nobody else but you and me know you, okay? What was your action? The defendant sent his manager. What distasteful topic for this court? What? Nobody's about gossip. Isn't there a saying the truth is ever pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this certain Adrian Andrews person? We looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. This means that to smash this rule once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, we cross-examine the witness. Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now. Time to fire up afterwards and hit the highway to the danger zone. Cross-examination. Secret information. Then Ngarda is one evil man. How do you know that? You can't see someone without proof. It's just slander. It's true. That one was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says it right here, doesn't it? Manager of the Star since AA. But the name is bad and came from Gossip Land. What? Are you saying that gossip is all a pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me the news is 100% truth. Honestly, son, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway, Ngarda will never get me to say touche. You just did. You thought you could ruin poor Juan by calling me a scandal. A scandal? What do you mean by that? You're a dimwitted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school? No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I don't know that much. Well, Dan Ngarda thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. You have any proof that Mr. Ngarda did any such thing? Yes, he's suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything, but boy, do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you got. Can you show me proof that Mr. Ngarda didn't bear any ill towards Juan? Honestly, I'm gonna decline this offer, because I don't have to. Like, it's not like the judge is telling me to. Girl, you are. So, flipping, no. I don't have anything to offer. What do you mean I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was gonna capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you youngins need. You're gonna teach her a good lesson. I was gonna make her eat the damaging beans of my ray gun. Like this. No, stop. Well, it wasn't too bad that the woman didn't come through the door at night. Oh, and this is top secret. You get that? Nobody else but you and me know you, okay? This is gonna be the one I gotta do. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time, I don't think it's over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole in my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that? Oh, bad? Because that's a secret piece of information. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got the secret information, you won't get to go home today. Edgy Poop, what are you doing? Help me! What do I have to do with this? Use for me, you'll get your reward. I don't want your reward, but you don't even have a choice. The witness could have gotten information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the prince's head. And you'd like just me on reckless babbling? Now we don't know where this information came from, it's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning. Okay. I think all I can really do is just do this. I think I gotta present evidence here. Save. I'm not gonna let you push me around that easily. Huh? There's some man who said those knackboards and pay dearly for them. Maybe you should brace yourself this time. Because our truth demonstrating guard does not hold any ill towards the victim. Ridiculous. Do I have any proof of this or no? Maybe this? So you can get it. Might die win or no? Gosh. Boom. Nah. I don't know. Wait, what do you mean no one else knows? Oh my gosh. No. I'm so big. I don't know. Miles Edgeworth. 25. How old am I? Yo, how is Sylvan Edgeworth older than Will Powers? Adrian Andrews. Dick Gumshoe. Profe. Myfe. I'm gonna press. I think I got the information here. Fine, I will do that. I proved the mission guard did not hold any ill will towards the victim. The runes are right across from each other, so why would they have ill will if they're right across? Come on, no. Whoa. I think I'm confused. No cap. press something else probably, right? There's one thing else, right? What else was there? Is this it? Something else I pressed for sure. Yeah, okay, right here, right? So I'm not supposed to know secret hidden, correct? If that's true, then why do you know my bag? But why are you looking like that? Stop that. Witness. I say, but this is how you gain the correct info. Okay, there we go, I got it. What do you want? You call that proof? Looks like more like proof is probably towards a witness. He doesn't back up his claims and they are more valid than gossip. Oh my flipping gosh. Mangardic, guilty. You gotta if I'm just undefeated, guys. Like, canonically, never lost a case. Boom, load. Y'all, what does wait and see even mean in Ace Attorney? Is it just like nothing burger or what? Yeah, like it just it's basically just stupid, right? Like there's no point in pressing it because it never works out. It's just probably a back out button if I had to guess. If you don't want to actually go through with it, but you have to go through with it to progress always. Like you know. Wait. Lotta? Probably Lotta. No. I don't know, y'all. Lotta? Is it not Lotta? Goodness gracious. Isn't Auto flipping? Is that not the magazine? Am I like tripping? I swear it is. Damon Gant. Witness. Stupidity out, that's what that is, period. Y'all gotta love how this has been final day. Trial ladder 2. I know that. Y'all, I will saw alien screaming. Y'all. so bad, y'all. Genuinely so bad. Okay, y'all, I think I had my first bit of hearing damage today from my ears. Basically, in my music class, there's basically we have this, like, handbells that we're doing, right? We have to play handbells, and it's just a really loud part of the song, and my ears were genuinely, like, making a sound, and they were in pain. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call anything out because we had basically, the class had just started to end, right? We had like a minute left in class, so it wouldn't have mattered if I said anything anyways, because it was only like a one-time thing. But still, it was like really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, my ears are fine, right? They stopped hurting pretty much immediately after, but like, it was really loud. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah. This guy is one evil man. What do you mean by that? Life scandal? Oh my gosh.
Objection! Objection!
I don't know. Yikes.
Objection!
I don't know.
Objection!
There's something here, right? Well, fine, I'm gonna press it. Press. So I think I gotta press this. Okay, it's not. Okay. How'd you get information? I don't know where she got her. Okay, I gotta figure out where she got the information. This is bad, y'all, I swear. I have one more thing I can think of. I'm gonna look up a guide on how to solo spit if I can't figure it out. Alright, y'all accept. Period. Give me a second, y'all. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dude, I was at teams. Ozymandias. Ozymandias. Savannah. I gotta find this. Y'all, I forgot my karma got shot in the flipping shoulder. That's crazy. I feel my turnabout. Yeah. Y'all, I'm gonna start raging because basically I thought the answer to this question was a lot of heart because basically it was like how you found out that piece of information in a lot of heart, but the answer is actually her camera. Like, I don't understand, honestly. Like, it's the exact... See, it shows her face! It shows on Heart's face! Why can't she count? I'm raging. She reported that she had lost her and no, she ran herself. She reported this thing. Because I knew it was Lotta. I didn't know it was still in camera. On a piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas to say. Yep. No, I said impressions. Then everything written on the piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it, that's a no. No, you see, so it's completely different. River Sniper. He's working on one guard. Send stuff. I'm grabbing a sidekick. Everything else before. At least I come with 5 cheats to match it is fine. No, more pressure. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? It's all. Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I said this piece of paper from the table in the trash can. That's all. You're lying. Dang it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility into me again? It's all back. I don't believe that the note there's only one that you stole the camera because the clip-flipping article was in the camera. It's all back. That's not what's with the camera inside his case, wasn't it? A camera. Yesterday, a lot of heart was made a huge think of her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie, $16 camera disappeared on me." Why? Witness. What was it, Gramps? You had the note that it was one article at the camera too. Grr. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. This is the camera you're looking for? Oh, that's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I'm sweet meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things to people. I think the definition of borrow is a little off. So I went to this card, and that's what I noticed it said, flying back celebrity photographer extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had no actual pictures yet taken. I'm a professional security guard. Somebody just know these things. Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry. You must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There's only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. The Nickel Samurai. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. Allow this photo to add to the court record. What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that this person is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ngarde clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that's the case, then this Nickel Samurai is... Defendant. What do you mean he had a confession? Why did I not know about this? How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We've examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Judge, do you know every time you say that, I always have some sort of objection, so just 1 second, please. Final comments, Mr. Wright? The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? This photo is really decisive than what's done for. But if I raise an objection here and below it, then I would put my life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one way out of this mess. This photo that Law took, there's something strange to this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there's nothing strange to this photo. There's no way for the defense to bring this photo, even with a bunker buster. So, Mr. Edgeworth, you're challenging me that I have no chance of doing this. Okay, thank you for challenging me. Just brings me more motivation. Bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Yes. Well, I have to find something on this photo. I can't let this chance go by. When the heck did you take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot? It's such when it counts. Now then, see your objection. What about this photo strange? No glove? What? There is a glove. Is this person here, of course? I mean, the Nickel Samurai. And what's wrong with that? At the time of the murder, Mr. Ngarde was in his own room. Which means that the Nickel Samurai is a... I think that's all it takes you to consider close occupation. I think it's about time you're tired. Looks like there was no problem in all this photo after all. The problem with the blind lawyer, Your Honor. Wait, you're the only one who laid... Oh my gosh. Ngarde. Guilty. Oh my gosh. I lost again, y'all. That's what it is. Court is adjourned. It is what it is. Let's do this. Yeah, I got it. Door? Me, what are you calling me out to, girl? Please, no. I love this game so much, it's so good. What's this? No. Gotta find some. Gotta be something on his body, right?
Take that.
Oh my gosh.
Objection.
Yeah, fine. Y'all don't know. This is so bad. Okay, I can't find it. I can't find it. So my last guess is it could be the screws. I'll take a look at this guy and get it down for sure. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. Okay, here. I didn't see that. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costume person in this photo could not be Mr. Angarde. What is the meaning of this?
Objection.
I wonder if you could care to elaborate. Actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottleneck comma. His socks. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his comma up just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Could be. Alright, I think I've turned my things down for myself this time. That's curious, huh? What is this? Ezra is too unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself. As if he's along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he hasn't been under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack. I haven't damaged his case at all? Sedgworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Mangarde, then everything the prosecutors try to prove is meaningless. I figured what comes of this. What? Right, that's all I want to ask you. I think you have proven that this person inside the costume is not Mangarde. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing a Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress it out, it's very simple. We should be focused on his attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who's the person in this photograph? Okay. It could be a female. I doubt, but it could be a female. It's not Mai, it's not Pearl, it's not Gumshoe, it's not Von Karma, it's not Edgeworth, it's not Will. Is it Will? Nah. Lotta, probably not. Juan Kurita. Matt Angarde. Adrian Andrews. I think Andrews is the killer, so let's see if they'll throw this away. Adrian Andrews. If you want to know who the Nickel Samurai is, it's none of this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What the wolf wants to do to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Angarde's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Angarde that night. And how does all that add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get to a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Angarde's fingerprints all over it. A knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. That's about last chance thing that things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Kurita. Those Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Order! Order! It looks like this trial's hit a most unexpected development. Judge Worth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing your testimony. Alright, this is it. It's kind of bad for us, huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day, act. If I don't get a verdict today, then my, Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do about? They're about to join the court. Okay, again, this is what every case has its own unique stuff. Now I'm literally not only fighting to prove this guy innocent, I'm fighting to make this trial go on today. And I'm gonna see if something goes down. Now then. Please, Your Honor, continue your trial. Let's have to work today. I can't do that. You can't hear Miss Davis saying she was not. I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth. Your Honor, I request you please continue today's trial, but you cannot continue due to unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Pete's Wright would slave his way to supponing Mr. Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was slow to catch on. What? What's the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She's the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance for that man. Somehow, I knew there was no way Mr. Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well, we will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court did not take a 10-minute recess. So even if I didn't say anything, there still would have been something. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Andrews. Okay. I think she did it, but I'm thinking that, like, okay. In case 5 of the first game, they made you think it was Jake Marshall that killed him, but then actually it was a crazy development where it was Damon Gant, and it was just literally, like, insane that Jake Marshall was a side plot. Like, case 5 of Ace Attorney is probably some of the best gaming I've experienced in my life. I don't know if there's going to be similar stuff happening with this, since this is a 7-hour-long case, but we'll see what goes down. 124, 2:14 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. Future manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife he used at the dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood button in her coma. Because she was the one to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She's the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was Bud's for a while. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'd see by this time this trial's over. Oh, we're right. Okay, you quit it by the end of today. Give me a verdict. That's a profession like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lowry, dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes, Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? He wasn't the first told us about their relationship. Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one command of the ship. Don't let you go down yet. Edgeworth is crazy good. March 22nd, 2:25 p.m., District Court, Court number 3. Court now reconvene. Now then, Miss Edgeworth, if you please. Prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by the court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime is Juan Corrida's room. Hello. What's your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Vanguard. I see. Now then, before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land. If Joseph was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I'll see Mr. Corrida. I was also aware of the robbery that existed between Matt and Juan. This was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was only Fry and bait matter. It was that bait and Fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing me of that. I think there's someone who would make the difference. I think we all understand the relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well, the witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you had discovered the murder had taken place. Witness testimony. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get back from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same crime scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not such things as the scene of a crime. And I served the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that was when the fingerprints in the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, she's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on commentations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. If you sit your lip on your offense, it's the instant the trial's over. Understand? Cross-examination. When I found the body. And okay. He's taking a nap. He was 1 hour from his many performances as Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ingrati did say he was taking a nap. And I guess you could say he could not have been taken out of his dream, yes? Excuse me, what are you? Right, I thought you of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Mr. Andrews, remove Mr. Ingrati's knife from the room? No. Subject, verb, object. Right. You skip Mr. Grammar. Let's continue. Well, you can't try and rage at me. After that, I went to Juan's room. Why'd you do that? It was a frantic gesture. Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk about strong pieces of evidence, I guess. We continue now. Witness, what do you see when he got to his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock? What? Was that not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person. Despite how close they were, I doubt she had a romantic feelings for Mr. Kurita. Anyone randomly stumbling upon the body would in shock. And you can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. What I saw was naturally the exact same crime scene as in the scene of the photo. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case is like this too. Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left in this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down while drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Kurita, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind, it's no big deal. What was she trying to say just now? No, girl. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake in the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. I put the glass down on the dresser. I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. The flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser? But when I bumped into it, my elbow fell onto the guitar case. Why'd you reveal such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought since the crime scene was already in disarray, the people would just simply assume the vase was just not a part of the mess. Looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to the testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Okay. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass as I was holding it on the dresser. That's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's all. I thought she was also in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradiction to her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the defensive and all it up. What I saw was the exact same scene as the crime scene photo. No.
Objection!
Girl, what are you talking about? Just why they knocked the flower vase over, is this correct? Yes, and are you sure it fell into the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that on top of the guitar case is filled with water. However, that's exactly what's so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gone wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take a look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass had started to be inside, not outside the case. Where's your point, Wright? That the case was closed the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Ugh. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The Wright guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing in this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? Seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think you can more details? Yes! The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Heh, I can't believe anyone reached for the straw like this, but it is you. I can't believe this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Ms. Andrews, please testify to the clue of the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Witness testimony. The guitar case. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This waveform is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using any way to change the topic. Convenient escape for a weak man. Cross-examination, the guitar case. If I can find something here, I'm good, but if not, I'm out. During your testimony, did you reveal this events clearly in your mind? Well, you see, are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her friend side is taking over. Oh, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. Okay. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Creator's dead body is right there in front of you, isn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Okay, maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal ticket. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? Get back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case is empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar is out of the studio. These trials will be over in half the time if you just pay attention. Yes, pay attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at the scare in the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I can't do anything like this. Okay. So I'm thinking I have to prove I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. Okay, I think I got her. I didn't get her.
Objection!
I didn't. Wow. Okay. Bears Caritas fingerprints. There's no way you were the one opening the guitar case. Why do you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on the guitar case are those of the victim. Ah! There we go, clarity. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because that's the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? So why were you wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now that I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves in the crime. That's so weird. You wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something to prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Okay, I think. Yeah, the wine glass, girl. Your fingerprints are on that? There we go, baby. I have your proof right here. It's this wine glass. The wine glass. Left fingerprints very clearly in this wine glass. Even if you took the gloves off and you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put the gloves back on just to open the guitar case. Ugh. Got her. Order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe this guitar case is a very important role here, but it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the bright red guitar is found in the studio. Phoenix, extrapolated from assumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You know what I mean? It was the bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit that would be unnatural for someone to do that. The witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case, Your Honor, this is obviously defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Through the court towards an unrelated topic, and Little Salto is misguided. No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case had some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate Ratchet's claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why this guitar case has anything at all to do with the murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean... So, you intend to push the theory that the case is empty. Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something if I didn't intend to prove. Deflate the head of yours. You haven't proved anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What is inside this case at the time of the murder? Something was in there. It could have been a person. Well, if it was a person, that was crazy. What if I just say Juan Carita? Why would something like that be inside? Whatever. What was inside the case to tell the murder? I don't know what's inside there. Covered in Critta's blood. I don't know. No. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea, y'all. Yes. This is it. This is the photograph. Yes, what is reported is what is in the picture, Your Honor. In this picture. It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... inside the guitar case is Nickel Samurai. He was wearing a costume. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What same point would there be to do something like that? Then same point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make your escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see a leaf, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything that supports such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And at the end, she managed to get the shot, correct? You mean in this photo? Boom, baby. Order. Order! Looks like we've wanted to do quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murder was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Miss Mangarde's. Why would the defendant be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True. It is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. Was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Probably stolen at some point. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Ngarde. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he had his costume, Mr. Ngarde wouldn't force to go naked. Oh no. Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of the court. Excuse me. Mr. Vanguard did not take his costume off after the award ceremony. He even testified that he took that wearing his costume. Guilty. Y'all, this is so bad. Okay, it's fine. That'll be fine. Sorry, Matt. Bye. Boom. Mr. Gray did not take his costume from the break period. In that case, the costume we were talking about was the spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that's what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spirit to the semi on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was a Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling with yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time about any sense of inner monologue? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. Then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... I don't know. On that murder after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai is going to hold a special press conference. Yes, the Nickel Samurai is supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making some up, right? Well, what struck me as strange was that Mr. God himself said that he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference is set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself. The victim? Yes. The Nickel Samurai costume was prepared at the very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference with the Nickel Samurai. That makes sense, actually. He was going to dress up with the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference. But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The Nickel Samurai is going to confess something. And by confess, I wager he's going to reveal something about himself. Maybe, but if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's not a disclosure. Right, Miss Andrews, I can see why you pros it what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Boom. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up, and the person who prepared the thing costume for him, that was also me. You. Juan had to bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure the Mount was going to know with him. That's what he thought anyway. He was going to burn him, huh? Looks like somehow Juan has hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy my side and create him revealed. What? Do you know what his secret of God is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I'm probably coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. Protect Matt, Mr. Angarde. And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, as if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Witness testimony, protecting Matt. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the blood and the knife. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt like I had to protect him. It does count for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We'll finally see for yourself. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. The defense can find no fault with the testimony and ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything is swung down to the end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this turn logic upside down. Cross-examination, protecting Matt. Okay. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 2 things. 3 things. A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, test out the evidence. And if you think these 3 things are through, the answer comes right clear. You should have already done that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? So why would you say this neat game at the press conference? Yeah, I got it. There we go, yeah, good. No, I think it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How do you know that? Okay. Yeah. Who said that? She used to say. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Whack Philosophical Power Hour. And please stop telling the witness. Okay. This is probably it. Wait, what's this? What was the motive? What's the motive if you won the Grand Prix? I messed up, y'all. Oh my gosh. Guilty. I'm sorry, Matt. Matt? Vanguard. What a game. No, all this I missed. Dollar. my gosh, y'all. Okay, I'll be fine. 9:46. It's getting late. Goodness gracious. I'm back. Here we go. I'm gonna make a save point here. Save right here. How though? How? Dun, 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 dun.
Objection!
Nothing. Load up. The button. Okay. That's my time, baby. Okay, like a save point here. I'm thinking.
Objection!
Nah. I'm back, y'all. Playing my cat. So cute. Alright.
Objection!
No.
Objection!
Oh no. What is the answer for this? I'm gonna look it up. I can get it. So. This is difficult stuff, truly. This game is so good. One second, I need to catch up. Okay, so I couldn't figure out what it was, but the autopsy report.
Objection!
There we go. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the child's death was by strangulation and by a scarf. Strangulation? Knife stab, I have to make him already died. And what does that mean? This is the same as evidence. It's abundance of the victim's blood on it. Which means that it was out the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, it means it's impossible this victim was torn off during the victim's initial struggle. I didn't, because the victim was saying that I didn't think of that, that makes sense. Ah. Thomas Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off in the struggle. This one was constantly pulled off from the victim's already dead body. There you go. Order. What does it mean? What does it mean this right? So what's the button was on the body after the victim already died? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn from the fight, so the murderer took time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. To frame that. I mean, the murder outside your mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright. Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? Yeah, it had to have been to flip and pin Matt. Period. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crown of Mr. Ngarde. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ngarde was set up by a real killer, of course. And the real murderer is? Well, that's right. Who in the world is the real killer then? Finally, I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not to the very end. Okay, y'all, so the real killer wasn't Maya because she's kidnapped, wasn't Pearl because she would never, wasn't Gumshoe because it doesn't make sense, wasn't Von Karma because she was shot, it doesn't make sense, not Edgeworth, doesn't make sense, doesn't make sense for Will because he already has a case, doesn't make sense for Yolanda because it just doesn't seem her thing, he, obviously not him, can't be Matt if he's my guy, wasn't Old Bag because of her previous stuff, and it can't be Impact because she's dead, so that only leads me to one name, which is Miss Adrian Andrews. Defeated. St. Andrews. Choose you. You're Mr. Chris Killer. What? Order. Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? All evidence points to St. Andrews. How preposterous. You can't take it down on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what with this knife? The knife was used to down the victim after he already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion on Mr. Nagate. Naturally. The knife covered the defendant's finger. It's going to be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Then what was about the button that was on Masakama? Could put him to take his body after he already died. The people who could have done so were the person who found his body was the killer. However, if Mr. Nagate was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence as on Masakama. Ugh. The only person who could have put this one to Mr. Nagate's Sakama is the person who went to wake up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. What about the empty guitar case? This is as awful a piece of evidence in case Miss Andrews. The costume was used to hide the real cousin's identity at the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a little costume inside the guitar case? Could have only been the person who prepared the costume to the victim. And that person was you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, And it was not. It was you proved that she was not my ghost at the time. Open it. For the last 10 minutes, you said store. Continued purposes after bringing Princess Glass to it. Yes, indeed. This glass they discovered the body. Ah. And top of it all, there's this photo. Photo of the killer that exhibits the crime. There is no person on earth can believe this Nickel Samurai is Mr. Ngarde. He'll be as much as short for his own costume as him. Think of how tall people are. Miss Andrews, you're also kind of on stature, are you not? Please stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews, I refuse to testify. What was that? This is a law. It says I can't be forced to testify something that can incriminate me. Really? Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us a way to avoid self-incrimination. Allowing witnesses to not testify that someone could cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do it on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday, Mr. Ngarde's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think it probably just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's the one that Francis complains that I didn't grab. What's wrong, right? You finished already? Run out of evidence? What's what you missed, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor, but everything the law here has proven at this point is meaningless. What? Everything you proved is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Miss Andrews did in fact harbor wish to murder Mr. Richard Greta. There we go. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Greta? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I'll stay from answering. That's so suspicious. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it will be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. That's not prove it away. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we land in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian said she to testify. And the defense stated that she is the actual murderer. It has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof, but that's not true. In this situation, there's only one thing the court can do, and that's declare recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and at tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? Again, guys, normally I'm able to have a tomorrow. It's like, okay, yes, I made the trial go on to the next day. But I'm also fighting another battle here. It's like, okay, I have to make this happen today. Period. If I don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... So what do I have now? Please wait, Your Honor. That's unnecessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client's getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edward, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. I'll get the verdict in Maya. It's impossible to continue along the witness refused to testify. Now then, the score is
Objection!
Edgeworth coming in clutch, bro. It's not impossible to trial continue. It's Edgeworth. What do you? Maybe get another witness. That's what I'm thinking of, right? Maybe Lada can do it. It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of. Then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that's very true, but actually, there's one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not sharing a glass of juice. Some actions are unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to have a state. I want to state, if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I'd like to request the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered... Bro, y'all, I gotta be real with y'all. Edgeworth might be the biggest Sigma Chad in gaming. He's literally helping me out every single time. Like, Edgeworth scares them, it's crazy. When we find out the testimony to annoy and implicate the witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he a friend or foe? I still know. There we go. Witness testimony. When I found the body. So another testimony about when she found the body. This game is a masterpiece, guys. 10 out of 10, period. Like, probably a top 10 game I've played in my entire life. The trilogy is. I count the trilogy as, like, one group of game. It's like one game. Probably top 10 of all time. With the writing and story. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw that message date. And one, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought that he was dead. Didn't even cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's why I knocked the file face over. Now she's being more specific. So you pour that glass of juice to the victim. Why did you say so in your testimony? Y'all, this game is... Again, my favorite thing about it, it's turning every case is unique in its own way, and this is that way for case 5, and it's insane. I remember I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's something left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in the brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, may I begin your cross-examination? But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. I mean, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait a little longer for it to be revealed to you? Was a mess? Are you sure it was a message because you fight Mr. Critter? I understand your frustration is not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, find some evidence. Okay. Okay. I have an easy contradiction. She's okay. There's gotta be something here. Okay, I don't exactly know what the thing could be. I love my cat so much. There's something there. I got. Okay, what's Mia saying again? Okay. This is what it all comes down to, huh? Okay, Sphinx is letting her guard down. Myself. Okay, but you said you were dazed and that you pulled it for yourself. Does that mean you weren't dazed? Wait. No, that's. This is a. Okay, this is a literal contradiction to her other testimony. I know what the contradiction is. I don't know what item to present. Right. I know for a fact it's for this one. Has to be. Which one is it for? So you walked in the room and saw an messy state. Okay. Wait. Okay, I think I found something. The room wasn't even that messy. Until she went in there and messed it up, right? Yeah. No, I'm missing it still? Okay. I think it's obvious I'm getting something wrong here. There we go! So you honestly didn't think he was there when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you scared the body? Ah, there we go, the knife in his chest. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking into Mr. Cree's chest. Anyone who saw the scene would immediately thought that was he was a dead man. You see, the dancing person in the world would mistake this for somebody fainted, and then so nonchalant you could force on the drink. Your point is, the injuries. Your testimony just now was all one giant lie. Ugh. He doesn't lie to one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. Y'all, I am genuinely crazy. She said she refused to testify because what she said might incriminate herself. So I tricked her into testifying again, but just so I could find a way to get her to incriminate herself. No! Breakdown time, baby. It looks like the defense of someone brought the evidence to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt and guard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try some closure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear. He was the one who killed Juan. But you're the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might incriminating yourself. That's because, Miss Andrews, I'll give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there's no need for this court to continue further. Mr. Mattengard's innocence is been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have you found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real claim says her guilt. Yes, but here's the thing. Phoenix, we're not trying to find out who the killer is. We accomplished our goal, right? All that we needed to do and all we need to free Maya is to prove that Matt wasn't the killer. Yes, we don't know exactly who the killer is yet, but let's be real, that's not my job right now. My job is to prove my client's innocence. Yes, I don't know who did it, but that was not my job. I went out there and I proved that it couldn't have been Matt. And, to prove whether or not it was Adrian, that's someone else's job, honestly. Let's get Maya back. And now that I think about it, this is the first time yeah, that is suspicious for real, but now then, I would like to hand my verdict for Mr. Mangarte. There we go. Edgeworth. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know you planted the silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, then God will go free. In his place, you become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over. And we never be declared guilty. What in the world is he talking about? Has he lost it? I can't speak that. I'm too scared. Because, okay, we still gotta remember. Von Karma was the one who spoke to her first. It's not like Edgeworth has been in this case from the beginning. Von Karma got shot, and that's why, like, I'm sure she would have been more prepared if Von Karma was here. Because Von Karma was shot, I'm sure she's a bit more stressed because Edgeworth, and I get it. Now, Von Karma probably had to have spoken to her. I knew she spoke to her. Yeah, huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly into the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. And right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed to life there by Mr. Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt, and guard it, we're acquitted. Miss Andrews undoubtedly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? We should be not guilty. That's my only priority. We already have! I mean, I don't know. It wasn't me, I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please, someone help me. I don't know. I will be completely honest. I think it could have been Adrian Andrews, but the way that she presents herself, I don't know if it's actually her anymore, right? Because here's the thing, this is a 7-hour long case. I'm like 3 hours into this. We still have 4 hours to go. Maybe this is one of those cases where in case 5 of the first game, Jake Marshall was a fake killer and, you know, Andrews... Maybe she's incredible. I don't think it's her. I genuinely don't. Now that I reconsider, it's probably a fake out killer yet again. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. I'm thinking let's just get our not guilty verdict and let's take another trial and actually figure out what goes down. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I supposed to think very careful about this. Think about what this witness did and what he did not do. Think about who the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's almost like we got the one crying over there, right? Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, face, right? All I want is my not guilty. Stop, Miss Edgeworth. This is when Tasha put this. She has known this. What? And because of this known, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, I have to hide the evidence right here. Ah, that's the second part of the suicide report. Please have a suicide report. What will you now witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? When I revealed to the court, the true nature of the private woman knows Adrian Andrews. Secret to nature. Having other people know about it scares them more than anything in the world. Please stop. I beg you, if you'll find out. If you'll find out, I'll... Zeph, if you're gonna say you're to Zeph, that's not concerning me. We die. My crime. Okay, I'm gonna load and see what happens since I chose the other option. But I can't bring stuff to do like this. Not if she's making a face like that. Andy, I'd like to know what you're really hiding. Trying to trick me. Enough. Okay, so same things, the same stuff, same stuff. Same stuff, okay. I feel so bad for Andrews, man. My testimony, my crime. When I first saw him, I really thought he fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to the master room. And then I stabbed one dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to the master room, I had a bit of inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Okay. Okay. She's still refusing to say she's the killer. She's saying, yes, I did the stuff afterwards, but I didn't. I don't know. She wanted to frame Matt for it, but she's still saying it isn't obvious. Couldn't blame. Go kill this man. This scumbag man. I'm gonna forgive him. He's trying to get his guilty. It's like last time. Okay. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Mr. Andrews supposed to be the cross-examination, my crime. Okay. But you could tell from the state the room was in, there must have been a fight. Are you telling me the truth when we say they did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jam Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also down a bit. I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. This does make sense, actually. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. What was the plan you had? I knew right away the murder was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest points to the world. So Matt could just stop Juan, stop him again. We have to have that testify. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence against Scout on Matt. So the forged piece of evidence was a knife and button. The first thing that came to mind was finding the knife. Okay. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner has fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume all the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then, I stabbed one dead body with a knife. This game is so good. How is this game this good? It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed one dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it Mr. and guard Sakama. Yes, that's what he planned to do, but things never go silly, do they? An inconvenience. There was a woman who came at the ready, loading in the hallway. I'm willing by my spikes, it was Wada. There was also a woman with a ray gun, the ready facing back and forth. That's your soul back for you. I'd already been caught and made into a big scoop for returning with these tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking at myself and get caught again. Okay, I got you. That makes sense. Truly. You were the only favorite costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. Alright. Alright. What'd she say, Francesco? Okay. This one's done is clearly unlawful, however, as long as testimony stands. Wait, Your Honor. defense still... Right. Okay, today's trial yet again. But... Said please place Mr. Andrews under arrest and for further questioning. Understood, yeah. Prosecution will arrange for intention immediately. Okay, how am I gonna object now? I can't, it's done. Wow. Wait, no, it's not over yet. Okay, so the trial's over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I ask you something? Y'all, I've never had a situation where the trial continued after the judge already ended it. What is going to happen now? What is it? Before we leave for today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand, it has to have my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this... Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember the time you asked about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room that day. The room? That day? Yes. Found this card when I discovered one's body. It was lying there right next to him. I found the card and sitting in his body. It also must have unconsciously slipped into my pocket. But it's not, it's just card of the evidence to wants murder, right? Yeah, I guess not, but still a strange card if you ask me. As far as the clue to this case, I don't see why. Who is holding it now? Witness, that card. Excuse me, hurry. Y'all, this is why Edgeworth is the greatest character in this game other than myself. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly and inadvertently done? What did she do? I can't believe you did this for me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is it all about? Even me doesn't know what's going on. I've never seen Andrew so emotional before. Does he know something about this? That's the Mia card, right? Or Maya, that card. What is it? What does that mean? Okay. So the question is, when I load this game, is it going to be another part of the trial? Or is it going to be investigation? Okay, investigation. March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Ryan called offices. Missing Maya. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Well, look, it'll be alright. Everything might work out. Because was that you had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the canvas kept warning after Maya. Yet he won't, because McGarty hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up, we have time to get going. You're right. Missing Maya's in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys. Hi. Just found... Okay, like what? Okay, y'all, I am going to end stream. Peace out. It's been 2.5 hours, I'm done.